Aloha and hello, everybody. This is Barbara Cole Salmeron, and today in this week's relationship Q&A, we're going to take a deeper dive into the question, is it possible to find love through online dating? Now, take it from a lady who went from hot mess to happily ever after and found her Mr. Right online. It works. Online dating is a great way to meet new people, and so is joining meetup.com. It's free, and you can find public gatherings on all sorts of topics. You can go do the things that you like to do, and you'll meet people who also like to do those kinds of things. It's kind of genius. Okay, so this topic was inspired by a conversation with someone who's just getting back out there in the dating world after many years. Now, may you benefit from all of my unsolicited advice. Buckle up, because here we go. This week's rant for me. Let's start at the beginning. Safety, safety, safety. Safety concerns are rare, but real. So just follow a few simple guidelines, and remember, a little common sense goes a long way. Follow your gut. Take note of any red flags rather than ignoring them. And I'm not saying don't meet a person if there's a couple of minor things, but just keep them in the back of your mind, because typically at the end of a relationship, it's usually those early warning signs that we tried to ignore that become the deal breakers. If the connection feels good, don't be afraid to meet in person, but always, always, always meet somewhere neutral, in public with lots of other people around, and drive yourself there, always. Ladies, be responsible for your own safety. No matter how nice he sounds over the phone, have your own getaway car. Another tip, never give out your home address or where you work. I usually never even gave my last name until I was pretty sure the guy was okay, meaning he achieved boyfriend status. Slow and steady wins the race. Also, you can consider letting someone know where you're going and who you're meeting, and then send them a quick text during the date to let them know it's okay, and after the date so they know that you're home safe. My sister and I used to do this for each other all the time. We were each other's safety monitor, as we called it. Another tip, never send them money, especially before meeting or in order to be able to meet them. No matter how poetic his words or how sexy her photograph, please don't fall prey to a scam by sending money or accepting a cashier's check as a favor and then sending most of the cash right back to them. It will bounce and your account will be overdrawn. I'm amazed at how many people still fall for this. It's not a real person. I'm sorry to say. It's a con artist in some faraway country preying on your desire to find love. So don't do it. The Prince of Nigeria does not need your help with his financial matters. And that super sexy lady that says she's in a refugee camp and just needs money for a plane ticket to come meet you, guess what? She doesn't have Wi-Fi in a refugee camp or a cell phone or an online dating account. Now, I'm not trying to be crass, but these are real examples that I have seen people fall for. Along with, of course, the sexy, successful businessman whose accounts are locked up for whatever reason, and he just needs a financial favor from you. Don't do it. Just say no. Okay, lastly, if this special someone lives out of town and needs to travel to come meet you, that's okay. Just let them pay their own way and insist on them getting themselves a hotel room. It's safer and it's less awkward if all that long distance chemistry falls flat when you meet in person, which happens a lot. Each person needs to have their own safe haven to be able to retreat to. Ladies, if a guy needs you to pay his way in order to be able to meet you, is he really your ideal mate? And guys, if a lady needs you to pay her way to meet you, are you setting up an expectation that you might feel resentful about in the long term? If being that generous feels okay to you, then great, go for it. Just read item above about the not falling for the financial scams a couple more times. Okay, we've got the safety stuff out of the way. Let's talk about the fun parts of online dating. I met my husband online, And before him, I met several boyfriends who were all great guys. So I know what's possible. Now, if you happen to find that you're consistently attracting an unwanted type, such as just out of prison and unemployed and living in his mom's basement, for example, there's somewhere else you need to look, and it's an inside job. If you have this trouble consistently, please see my blog post titled, "You Don't Get What You Want." It's on medium.com. It can be an inside job to decipher why that's happening. All right, so let's talk about your online profile. Ladies, most men need less detail. Less detail. Men, most ladies need more detail. Got it? Good. Ladies, men are visual and they can't help it. It's their brain structure. It's not wrong, it's instinct. So put up a cute pic of your pretty face and your gorgeous eyes and your amazing smile. I'm talking about a fun, normal photo, not one of you doing a sexy striptease in your pole dancing class. You will attract the wrong guy again and again. And then you'll blame it on online dating. So just don't go there. Let your fun energy shine online. Keep your profile positive. And do not list all of the things that you don't want in a relationship, also known as describing all of your ex-boyfriends. Don't be Debbie Downer. No one wants to take Debbie Downer out on a date. If you don't know who that is, look up on YouTube, SNL, Saturday Night Live, Debbie Downer. You'll get a good laugh. There's good clips there. So be positive, be honest in your words and your photo. Dishonesty is not the way to build trust in a relationship, and it's a guaranteed way to have a horrible first date. So no pictures of you 20 years or 5 dress sizes ago. It's just not honest. I've had hundreds of dates from online dating, and only once did a man give a photo that was decades old. But they tell me that women do that again and again. You want to attract the person who will be attracted to you. And there truly are men who are looking for that wonderful, genuine you. So just be honest. Okay, guys, it's your turn. Please put a little effort into your profile if you want to have any success at all. If you just copy and paste, "let's see what happens" in every single field on your profile, a lady has no reason to respond to your message. None, zero, nada. At least list the things that you like to do, or your favorite place to travel, or talk about your pets or your loved ones. Anything to give her a sneak peek into your awesome personality. Clever is sexy, and so is humor. So tell a joke, or write a silly but non-offensive limerick. Witty guys are super sexy. You know what's not sexy? That pic of you in the restroom with your shirt off. Come on, no more bathroom pics. And for that matter, take that photo. If you have to take a photo of you sitting in your car, at least take your seatbelt off. Even better, just get out of the car and go do something fun and have someone, anyone, just snap a picture of you. Go on a hike, go on a wine tasting or a chocolate tasting, or go to a pizza place. Show us your personality. And P.S., no pics of you surrounded by 7 beautiful women. That might get you props in the locker room, but it's not going to get the ladies falling at your feet. If you truly can't think of anything to say in your profile, just ask your closest friends what they think is great about you. And then share it by saying, "my friends say that I ... fill in the blank," right? It's simple. And the Debbie Downer rule goes for the guys too. The ladies aren't lining up to go on a date with sad Steve, so keep it positive. Now, in your first communications, messaging back and forth, keep it light and fun. Get to know each other, whatever way you choose, however you're comfortable, until you're both ready to meet. Just be safe and use common sense when meeting. Remember the previous tips, and be ready to have a great time and be your best self. So a little note on sending messages. Online dating is a very different experience for men than it is for women. Women are inundated with messages, and it is literally a full-time job to try to respond to them all. But guys, if your message stands out, guess what? She's going to check out your profile next. So make sure it's a great one. And ladies, men send out lots of emails and get very few replies, and rejection is really so hard on them. So if you see a profile that interests you, don't be afraid to send him a message first. A short, sweet message, noticing maybe your common interests, is all it takes. Okay, ladies, do you know what the number one thing is that men are attracted to? It's confidence. So wear that dress that makes you feel great. Take a bubble bath before your date to help you switch into your more feminine mode. And if you're not feeling all that confident, no worries, because the number two thing that men are most attracted to, and this is based on 30 years of research with thousands of men, the number two thing is authenticity and vulnerability. So you just have to be yourself, and don't be afraid to show that you're uncertain or nervous about something. Just be authentically you. Men, ladies need to feel safe always. They may not know that consciously, but their subconscious survival instincts are constantly monitoring their safety on every level. So be a gentleman. Stand out from the crowd. Be on time for your date. Make an impression. Maybe bring her a single flower or some little gift based on mutual interests. It could literally be just a postcard or a fridge magnet of a place that she wants to visit. Something simple and thoughtful that shows that you were listening. I'm not talking about expensive. Don't do too much too soon. And that goes for a certain pic. And I'm just going to say it. Don't send the dick pic to someone that you haven't met, who has not asked for it. It makes you look like a total creep and a loser who's only interested in one thing. And it violates her safety. It's not funny, and it's disrespectful. And it's 100 times worse than the shirtless bathroom pic. So just don't go there. Okay, moving on to the first date. This is where I used to make so many mistakes. 95% of my first dates, I would not give a second date. I did not know that I was judging them too quickly and not giving them a fair shake. Years later, I learned from a relationship coach that everyone, unless you feel unsafe or disrespected, everyone should get a second date. Men and women can be nervous on a first date, causing them to not really be themselves. They're not relaxed. And we're more often more relaxed on a second date. So that first date of sitting across from each other over dinner or a cup of coffee can be very nerve-wracking, right? That awkward balance of being yourself without revealing too much can be tricky. So just try to relax into the conversation as you would with a good friend. You have nothing to lose this early on, so just be yourself. Someone will fall in love with you with your true self, and this goes for the guys and the ladies. Okay, one way to get over the first date jitters or the second date jitters is to have it be some kind of activity, like a hike or a stroll or a wine tasting or window shopping, or go to the dog park, all in a public place with lots of other people around, okay? Just choose an activity that allows for conversation and exploration. So can you see how going to a movie is a poor choice? There's no way to get to know each other than while watching a movie. There's no chance for conversation, and the date will end up falling flat. Okay, I think that's enough for today. I will leave you with this. If you happen to have a coffee date with a guy in Scottsdale who just got out of prison and suggests a trip to the hot springs in the middle of nowhere on a weekday when no one else is out there, tell him you'll think about it and get the hell out of there. You can thank me later. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much. And I want to just let you know, if you would like to participate and send in your dating questions, you can do that right here. It's totally confidential. Right there, Q&A, Q&A.empoweredrelationships.org. I don't need your name. I don't need your email address. Submit your dating questions. And then if you go to either of my websites, empoweredrelationships.org or barbarasalmeron.com, right there on the front page, the very top, I've got a whole bunch of new links. I am now doing a 365-day challenge where every day I will do a live video broadcast, usually on Facebook, but on Tuesdays I'm here on YouTube. And then I also do a blog and a podcast. So all of those links are on my 2 websites. Feel free to find those. And thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the topic. I see we have some comments coming in on Facebook. Thank you very much for that. I will respond to those now. Let me know in the comments, either on YouTube or Facebook, what do you think? Like, what have been your experiences with online dating? I've had a lot of fun with it, and a little common sense with the safety stuff. Don't let me scare you about it. Most people are okay. It's a small percentage of the population that we have to worry about. But again, just don't ignore those red flags, right? And just be your best self. Have a good time. Look at it as an adventure. Believe me, I've made every mistake in the book when it comes to online dating. And sometimes I did a few things right. And now I've got my Mr. Right. So I hope the same for you. Thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you for being here today. And we will see you next time.